Welcome back into the Zone. Hour number 3, final show here as full-time host of the Zone here on ESPN Radio. Let me just say this. This has been an absolute pleasure. It's been one of the best experiences of my life, and I'm not just saying that to be cheesy and corny like a Lifetime movie. I honestly believe that. But, guys, this has been an absolute ride. It's been great. I hate the timing of this. I really do. I told Dwayne that. I told everybody here that. But when this opportunity came up to go back home to Cool 102.7, the station where I got my start, this station where I was a franchise essentially for 7-8 years, I had to take this opportunity. It was a position where I can just tell you right now that I think will make me better in the long run as someone in this business and radio, whether it be sales, whether it be management, whether it be on air, regardless, great teachers over there and great teachers here at 93.1 FM. But I did want to say a couple of things before I take some more phone calls and get your all's intake on what's going on today. Let me say this. You know, I did my best to give you the best on-air content day to day, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6, and I'm very proud of the work I and we have done.
Yes, sir.
And I also want to say this. This show was never about me when I took it over. This show was never about Stacey Huff. It was never about Wes Mitchell. It was never about the shot Dr. Dwayne Everett. It was about you, the listeners. It was about you, the callers.
Yep.
Even the people that don't call in all the time, I thank you. Even the people that have never called in and you've been listening the last 7-8 months, thank you. But it was never about me because it was about the content that I had with these guests, the content that I had with the great debate, the arguments, the fun that we had on this radio show.
Yes, sir.
And everybody wanted me to call out certain radio stations in competition. Listen, in this market, we're all trying to do the same thing, and that's produce good radio. There's no reason in bad-mouthing anybody in this market because guess what? Nobody's a superstar in this market.
Nope.
We all want to get to a better place. Yeah, that's all fine and good, sure. But let's not do it in a hateful way. But I will say this about the other guys. We refer to them a lot, and you know who I'm talking about, the All Gamecock Station 107.5. They do a fine job of it because that's what they do. But the sports blowtorch of the Midlands and calling themselves the only game in town, let me say this once again. I believe that there was more than one game in town these last 7-8 months, and there's going to be for beyond.
Yep.
Because we created a great foundation here for you listeners, a great foundation and beyond for what you're going to hear in sports talk. I told the shot Dr. Dwayne Everett when I took this over that I could give him a national voice that's never been heard before in sports talk in Columbia. Everybody talks Gamecocks, everybody talks Tigers, and you have to stick to that because that's what people want to hear. But people also want to hear variety. They want to hear what's going on nationally. And I love this format with the NBA. Thank you so much to my NBA fans. Thank you so much to my college basketball fans because I truly believe we talked it better than anybody else.
Yes, sir.
But when it comes to college football and NFL, it's fair game. Everybody talks that stuff.
Yep. Yep. Yes.
But once again, I thank you so much to all you people that listened. And again, it was never about me. I just wanted to do great radio. When I grew up listening to Dan Patrick and Jim Rome, and I'm not going to get all sappy on you, but I'm just telling you the truth. I grew up listening to Don Imus. I grew up listening to Howard Stern. Yes, Howard Stern. I grew up listening to all those guys. And the one thing I took from that is the show, not the star, the show, the content, the way they ran a program. And even Mark Packer, who we've had on the program many times, had him on yesterday.
Pac-Man.
He does it just as good as anybody in this business. I'll tell you that right now. But again, just know that, and hopefully we'll be able to talk in the past. Me and the doc are working on some things, on some future projects. Hopefully I'll be able to come in and help you guys out and do some things here with Stacey, with Wes, and hopefully we'll be able to create a little marriage. But just know that this opportunity was the best for me at the current time that I'm in, and I prayed about it, and I think it's going to work out for the better. And thank you so much for all the listeners. And I do want to thank the sponsors as well. SMS Sports World of Chapin, Will and Donnie. Also want to thank Lake Murray Tire Automotive, Ben and Steven. As you know, I get my car worked on there, and I'm going to be in Kershaw County, but I'm going to make that 45-minute drive to Lake Murray Tire, and I'm going to make that drive